Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to Tour Tuesday. I think I'm like 1 minute behind schedule. I'm so sorry. Can you tell I'm frazzled? With all the frizz in my hair. But I see that we're joining on there. Hi, you guys. Hello, hello, hello. Hey, Carrie. Um, we had a crazy time just 30 minutes ago. My dog Archer decided that he wanted to eat an avocado pit that while I was cooking dinner. And so it was a big debacle because, dogs cannot eat avocado pits. So we had to do a whole situation to make him throw up to feel better. So we didn't have to do an ER visit. So sorry I'm behind. It's been a frazzling evening, but my husband took care of that. So him and the dog are right over here trying to feel better. So if you see them pop up, wish them, well wishes. Hi, Michael. Hi, Carrie. Hi, Pam. It's wonderful seeing you guys tonight. Tonight, kind of what we're going to go over, it's just me, just me tonight. JJ just got back from London and Paris literally an hour ago this afternoon. So he is back in town and probably fighting some jet lag. So, wishing him the best, and he'll be back in the office tomorrow. We've missed him. So we're really excited to see him. Very happy that he's here. And mom or Cindy is also out this evening as well. So it is me. And kind of what we're going to go over tonight is, kind of go over a couple of the trips that are out right now, which are really exciting. And then our featured trips that we're going to go over tonight are our fall in New England and our Hawaii trip, which is really exciting because I got to take the Hawaii trip last November. So I can kind of show you some pictures and some videos of what you'll be seeing while you're on the trip, if you're still interested in going. So just this morning, we had Route 66 go out, which is a new trip, which is really exciting. Hey, Bert, welcome. Hey, Jody. And we really love that Route 66 is going out because it's the 100th anniversary. So our group is small but mighty and are really excited to go. Mark Thompson is leading the trip and Robert is driving it. So I know it's going to be an awesome time. And just really excited to hear how it goes. They are doing so many stops every day to hit all the wonders on Route 66. And Mark even got them little passport books that they get to fill out as they're going to each destination, which are really adorable. I love that. And next year, we're going to do the second half. So this first one, they are going from Chicago. So they got to Chicago tonight and are going to like a very old hotel and speakeasy and starting the Route 66 trek tomorrow in Chicago. And they are going to go for the 9 days and end in like the Albuquerque region before they come back. And then next year, we're going to do part 2, which is the Albuquerque to, I think it's Santa Monica in California. So to do the second half of Route 66. And we'll also do this first half again as well, because a lot of people seem very interested in doing that again, which would be awesome. So very, very excited to see how Route 66 goes and how everybody, feels about the drive-ins and the original diners and just like seeing all the sites as they go. I'm very excited to hear how it is. Hey, Debbie. Hey, Maria. Hey, Pat. Yeah, Debbie, I'm excited too. And I think the little passport books are really fun. And we got spray paint with them so they can all spray paint and leave their mark on the car henge, like the Cadillac Ranch in Amarillo. So just really excited to see the pictures and to hear everybody's experience. I'm excited. I agree, Jody. I agree. So that just left today. And then the rest of this month, we have mystery tours going out. We have Trains of New England coming up in July, Cape Cod coming up. We have the Quilt Fest coming up. We are hitting our busy season where we're having like 8 or more tours a month, and we are pumped to have you all on them as well. So, hey, Sally, welcome. So the 2 tours that we're going to kind of go over tonight as we jump in. And if you have comments about it or questions, just pop them in the chat. I'm looking at 2 different screens so I can follow along. So the first trip that we're going to go over is our fall in New England trips. And we have 2 of them. And they're back to back. They literally, when one ends, the next one begins, which is cool. So our first fall in New England is September 28th to October 5th. So they're both 8 days. And the biggest difference between the two, so this one goes September 28th to October 5th, and then fall in New England 2 goes October 6th to October 13th. So literally just the next day. And the biggest difference here between these two, most of the attractions are the same, like the activities that we do. But number one flies into Vermont. So they fly into Burlington, Vermont, and then they fly out of LaGuardia in New York City. And then fall in New England 2 is just reversed. So you fly into New York City and then you fly out of Burlington, Vermont. So those are like the biggest differences there. The cost of the trip is the same. The flights are pretty much the same. They're sitting at about $750 round trip, which is not bad coming into Vermont, especially in the height of fall, which is amazing. And so like a lot of the highlights there that you'll see on both ends, just in a different order. While you're in Burlington, what's really cool, that's where Ben & Jerry's is. So you get to do a nice city tour. You go to Ben & Jerry's, you get all the fixins of ice cream while you're there, which we love because they have very interesting flavors. It's almost like a wine flight, but of ice cream. So that's amazing. And in each city that we go to, we make sure that there are either like a harbor cruise or a city tour. So you really get to see what's going on. So we go from Burlington in Vermont, and then we go up to Maine. So we go to Portland, Maine. Beautiful harbor city. And while you're there, you do lobster cruises. You get to eat a lot of seafood, try lobster tail that's fresh. And we do catch and release tours while we're there too, which is awesome. And one of the restaurants that we eat at is the Portland Pie Company. It's a really famous pizza joint. It's delicious. And can't miss it while we're there because it's a small town, but a large town, if that makes sense. And the lobster cruise is really cool. And it's good to see you too, Cindy. And Debbie said that this trip was fantastic. She loved it last year. So we finished booking all the stuff on it too. So I'm really excited for it to go. And then the next day is what's really beautiful. We go to Kennebunk, which is the drive that you think of when you think orange leaves in New England. So you drive through that, you drive through Kennebunk, you stop, go to the bathroom there, go to some shopping, and then you end in Salem. And while we're in Salem, we're making sure to do the city tour. You're hitting the witch trial museums, everything that you think of when you want to go through Salem, we hit, which is great. Then you go to Boston. And while we're in Boston, we do the Tea Party Museum. We do a Boston City tour. We do the USS Constitution Museum, which is pretty dope because it's still a fully functioning U.S. naval ship, which is really cool. So you go through a whole security checkpoint, but if they're not running drills or anything like that, you can go onto the ship, which is really amazing. Then we do the Newport Mansions as well as we go through there before we end, in New York City, where you do the Statue of Liberty, the 9/11 memorials. We do a city tour. And then we always stop and we eat at Tony's Napoli, which is this famous Italian restaurant. We usually do the one in Times Square. It's beautiful. It's delicious. And that's kind of how we wrap it up. That's kind of the order on the way there for Fall in New England 1. And then Fall in New England 2 is the same, but the other direction. And the only thing that's added is since we have a little bit more time in like the New Hampshire and Vermont area, on Fall in New England 2, we also do a cog railway as well. That's the only thing that's really different between the two. So lots of fun stuff, seeing a lot of New England. We have a lot of New England trips. We also have all the small states 1 and 2 that are up there, and I'm really excited for all of you to see them. So just a little bit of an overview of what fall in New England looks like. And it's perfect time because that's when all of the leaves are beautiful. So I hope to go on that trip one day because it seems amazing and looks beautiful. And I love that Debbie said it was great. So I love to hear that from you. And if you have any questions about that and want to put them in the chat, you are more than welcome to. So thank you. Please put them in there. And then the second trip that I want us to go over tonight is one that's near and dear to me. I'm sure my husband can say it. He's in the background. How did you love Hawaii when we went?
I love Hawaii. It was
Pop on, babe. Guest star. Come. This is my husband, Zach.
Hi.
And we were the tour guides who took Hawaii last November. And so that is what we want to highlight for the second tour of tonight. So what was the highlight for you? If you could think of what are 2 to 3 highlights from Hawaii for you?
Honestly, it'd be hard to pick. There's so many things that I enjoyed on each island that we had 3 full days on each island. The first island we got to see Pearl Harbor and go to a Polynesian Culture Center.
Mm-hmm.
Those were both great. I think Maui was probably my favorite island.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a good mix of city and nature where you could go hiking if you want to, or we got a car and cruised along the coastline on our one day off there. It was great.
Yeah. Would you recommend? November was a great time to go.
100%. Weather was perfect. We got rained on maybe 2 hours out of the whole trip we were there probably.
Yeah. We looked out. It was probably 85 degrees every day. Sunny, gorgeous.
Every day.
It was wonderful.
Yep.
And so I'm going to attempt to show you all, now that we have this new platform, to show you some pictures too, so we can kind of see what it looks like as we go through the trip. So this trip for November, like we do it twice a year. We do it in March and we do it in November. This year it is November 2nd through the 11th. So it's 10 days total with the travel day in there. And flights right now that are really good times on United to and from Omaha are $677 total, which is awesome for economy round trip. Yeah, which is great. So just to kind of go through this, you do 3 islands. So the first island that you fly into is Oahu. Or that's not the island, that's the city. No, Oahu is the island. Oh my God, now I sound dumb. I'm so sorry, you guys. Honolulu is the city. Lord bless us. What a day. But you fly into there. We stay in Honolulu on the beach in Waikiki. And let me see if I can do this. This is the view from our hotel room. Like that was our ocean view from the hotel room. Isn't that just insane? It was so beautiful. Just you could keep your doors open all night if you wanted to and listen to the waves. So beautiful, just right outside of where our hotel is. And all the beaches in Hawaii are public access, so it's so gorgeous. And so the first night there, you eat at this fabulous restaurant, you fly in, and you relax. It's great. And then the second day, you have the option. You can either have a free day in Honolulu if you would like. And we had some people who went with us who rented a car and went hiking, which is amazing. Or you can choose to do Pearl Harbor and the Polynesian Culture Center, like Zach was saying. And how does that kind of run, dear? And I'll put up a picture.
That was we did Pearl Harbor first. I think we got there about 45 minutes early and gave us time to like walk around the area. And they have little shops there and little monuments you can look at and take pictures next to. And then they have probably a 30-minute tour where you get on a boat, you ride over to the Pearl Harbor, what is left, and they have the monument there. And they give a little story and speech about what happened there and the significance of that day and everything. And you can like look down and you can see what remains of where the ship that was there.
Mm-hmm. It's beautiful. And it's a national park. So there's park rangers, agreed carry. Hawaii is one of a kind. It's gorgeous. And after Pearl Harbor, you drive to the North Shore, like the north side of the island, and that's where the Polynesian Culture Center is. And that's kind of what it looks like when you enter with a couple of our guests, and kind of explain what that looks like.
That was almost like a amusement park, almost without the rides, for all the different cultures there. They have for each island. They had each culture there for like Hawaiian and then Polynesian. And so they have each little center where you can go and watch shows that they would perform and like talk about their culture. And then they have like little games that you could like participate in to see what they would do, and they help you out. And then they have like this, they would have like dances and shows like on the water itself. It was pretty cool. It
was awesome. And it's all about the 8, is it 8?
7 or 8.
7 or 8 Polynesian islands, like not only Hawaii, but like Samoa and now I'm told New Zealand, places like that, like are all part of, the Polynesian culture, which is really cool. And it is run by BYU in Hawaii, which was really cool. So it's all students who are learning about the culture, which is great. And then another day that you do in Honolulu is you get to do on each island a full tour of each island. Each one we go to, it's focused on food. You will not go hungry. Let me tell you, they are huge portions and it's delicious. And you get to see the entire island. And so we did, like this is one stop that we did. The water is crystal clear. It's so beautiful. That was our strong and mighty tiny little group last year. So you stop, plenty of places to take pictures, plenty of places to eat, plenty of places to go to the bathroom. You do a ton of lookout points that you get to see as you go around the island, which is awesome. And we do that on each island as well.
And all the guides on every island, they know so much about the history of the island. They know everything that they're showing you. You can ask them all kinds of questions. They know all about Hawaii, the history of the island, like they can tell you what the plants are that you're looking at and birds and all kinds of stuff.
Exactly. It's amazing. And then you wake up in the morning after the third day, you get on a little flight, a little charter flight. They're like 45 minutes long. You go up, you go down. And the second island you go to is Kauai, which is beautiful. You get right out of the airport and you go directly into your group tour of the island. Ours, that was like the one day it rained. And it's still like, look how beautiful it is, even with the rain coming in and out. This is like the lookout point where the Puff the Magic Dragon song was written about. So you get to go on another tour of the island. And then you end that night at your hotel. And this is a view of the second hotel. This is directly outside of the room. This is what it looks like. The accommodations are gorgeous. I agree, Mary. It's beautiful. It's such a beautiful trip. Accommodations are incredible. And then the next day, our activity is going to a plantation that makes rum. And you do a tour, so you got to bring your walking shoes. You walk a couple of miles on and off as you get on and off a train, and we go and taste tons of fruits. And they don't use pesticides there, so literally you just pick stuff off the tree, they cut it up, and you eat it. It was amazing.
It was the best fruit I've ever had.
And it was the first time I ever had star fruit. We had a citrus that they use in place of yams, like sweet potatoes. Never had that. And then I felt stupid because I did not know that pineapples grew out of the ground. Do you all know that? Maybe I'm just dumb, but did you know
that? No, I didn't know that either.
It grows out of the ground and it looks so cool. And they have to put electric fences around it because the wild pigs will love pineapple and we'll eat it off the ground. So that was really cool too. And you just go around this plantation. And then after you go around all day, you go to do a rum tasting and try all their different rums. They're amazing. We had to find where they were sold here in Texas. And now we purchased it. It's our new favorite rum. And we put it in like our espresso martinis and stuff. It's incredible.
That's great.
It's so good. And then in Kauai is also where you do your luau. So this almost looks photoshopped, but it's not. That's just how beautiful it is. Your luau is right on the beach, right next to your hotel. That's our group. And it's all the food you could possibly eat. Entertainment, which is incredible. They do a full luau show. And it's just right here, right outside of the hotel. It's so beautiful, and it's a good hour or so long show. It's awesome.
Oh, yeah, at least an hour.
And after Kauai too, you have on the last day there, you can either go on an excursion to the Fern Grotto, or you can have a free day in Kauai as well. And that is when our guests did their helicopter tours, because Kauai is where films like Jurassic Park and King Kong, when you think of those vast landscapes, that's where they are filmed. And it's beautiful. And you can go on helicopter tours all over around there. And then the last place that you go to, you leave Kauai and you go directly to Maui. And the first thing that you do, once again, you get off the plane and you get right into a van and you do the Road to Hana tour. And that one is where we would switch seats because you might get a little car sick because the roads are like this, but you see waterfalls. It's so beautiful, isn't it, dear?
It was. And Wasn't that where we got to see the sea turtles?
Yes, we saw sea turtles. Tell them about the sea turtles, how big they are. It's
Oh,
insane.
they were huge. I always knew they were big, but seeing them in person, it's different. They're like the size of a picnic table. It's just a sea turtle, and they drove us up to this spot where there was probably 40 of them just sitting on the beach.
And it's so pretty. So you do the big Road to Hana trip. It's gorgeous. Check into your hotel when you're done, and then the night is yours in Maui. This is what you get to wake up to every day to eat breakfast. The last hotel was my favorite. They were all incredible, but this one was insane. Maui is insane. And this is the island where you get the most free time as well. So you get almost 2 days of free time here. This is where we rented a car. We went to some lava beaches. We also had another couple who did a helicopter tour here. And a lot of us spent a lot of time on the beach here. It's very, very beautiful. And the very last thing that we do on Maui as a group is we go ahead and we get onto a catamaran here on the last night, and we do a big sunset cruise. Zach did not go on that one because you get about knee deep in the water to get up, and it is a true catamaran. Zach did not go on it because his seasickness
couldn't handle it.
would not have handled it.
The weather was perfect that night, and I was jealous sitting on the shore just watching.
But you get onto it here, and then you get to watch the sunset as you sail around Maui, and it is absolutely beautiful. And that's kind of our little group as sunset was setting, and you can sit wherever you want, and dinner and drinks are served on there too. So Hawaii, I know that was a lot at you, lots of pictures, but it is insanely beautiful. I still stand by Hawaii and Alaska are the two most beautiful places I've ever been.
I've never been to Alaska, but Hawaii is definitely number one for me.
It is insanely beautiful, and we have only a couple of spots left on the November one. It's a good sized group, and it will be very, very fun. So if you're interested, give us a call. Other than that, like I said, we have really, really packed June and July coming up. JJ is back in town, and we can have back to normal on Tour Tuesdays, but I hope to continue to join down here from Texas. And I get to be in Nebraska pretty much every other week for the next, 3 months, 4 months?
About 3.5 months, yeah.
Lots of back and forth, which is exciting. And something that will be coming down the pike is going to be us getting out our new catalog to everybody and finalizing all of our trips for 2026. Which is amazing. So if you need anything, please don't hesitate to give me a call, to give the office a call. We love helping you, and we love traveling with you. Other than that, I'll stick on for a second. If you all have any questions about what's coming up or any comments, throw them in the chat, and I'm here to answer them. But other than that, have a beautiful evening, you guys. And it's been wonderful being with you. Of course, Jody, it's Hawaii. I could talk about it all day and just show you the 1,000 pictures that I took because it's insanely beautiful. It's ridiculous. It's amazing. Hey, Linda. It is amazing. I am with you. And if there's any other questions, pop them in the chat, or else have a fabulous week, you guys. And it was wonderful chatting with you.